in the class thinks that I'm the smartest person in the class. No, I'm not. I just read ahead, right? So think about that, because sometime throughout the school year, you get tired, you get sick. Maybe you have a band or orchestra commitment, games that you can't participate in the class. What happens if you didn't read ahead? Now you're playing catch up for the rest of the year. You're always behind, right? Whereas if you read 1 or 2 chapters ahead, guess what? Maybe one day you want to take a day off. Maybe you don't want to do anything. Fine, you're still 1 chapter ahead. Remember this before you start your next fall class. Okay, write it down. When you go to college, always read 1 or 2 chapters ahead. You could always go to the bookstore, purchase a book in advance before the first day of the class. Do that so that you'll be much more ready for the next class, okay? All right, so next, I want to talk about your life goals. It doesn't matter what your pursuit in life is, unless you have a roadmap, it's going to be pretty challenging for you to get there, right? So pretend like we're trying to drive from here to Golden Gate Bridge. Unless you know the exact freeway, exact exit to take, you're going to wander around all over the place trying to look for the place, right? In that process, what happens? You waste time, you waste money, and you get frustrated, right? So look for the direct route from here to here. That's where I want to go. Instead of wandering all over the place, trying to find that Golden Gate, and eventually end up there, 3 years later, 5 years later? That doesn't make sense. This is why many college students, they don't graduate in 4 years these days. They don't even graduate in 5 years. Some graduate in 6 years, or they drop out of school to find myself, right? That's nonsense, right? You need to be focused. You need to understand why you're going to college. Do you want to be a doctor? Is that why you're going to college? Do you want to be a lawyer? Is that why you're going to college? Engineer? Businesswoman? Whatever the target is, you need to establish that early on. And this is a key, right? So remember, you have to understand what your dreams, what your goals are, all right? So I want you to go home and think about that. Go home and really identify, what do I want in life? What do I have to do to get there, right? Oh, I see, that's why I need to go to graduate school. I see, that's why I need to go to good college and do well. Aha, that's why I need to do better in high school. What's my GPA? Uh-oh. What's my SAT? Uh-oh. I better work harder to reach that goal, right? These are reasons why you want to go step by step. Therefore, it's not about mom pushing me to study anymore. It's not about dad pushing me to study anymore. It's coming from your heart now. I want to do this because I want to go to that college so I can move on to that medical school and become a doctor and help those people who are in pain and suffering. It makes sense. You cannot do this with your head. Don't go to school so you can make lots of money, because it's never enough. And once you acquire it, you may not be happy. As you know, there are many, many billionaires out there who are never satisfied, right? So let me ask you a question. Why do you want to go to good college? Why do you want to go to good college? I hope you don't say, so I can make lots of money, drive a nice car, live in a mansion, etc. I think you want to go to good college because you want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy in life? There are 2 different jobs in the world. One type of job, man, I hate this job, but I have to go to feed my family, pay the mortgage, pay the rent, etc. Every morning, 8 o'clock on freeways, there are tons of people driving, fighting traffic, thinking, gosh, I hate this job. Versus second type of job where people go and say, I can't believe these people are paying me. I love this job. People like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Do you think when they started this company called Microsoft or Apple in their small garage or lab, that they thought, ooh, 30 years from now, I'm going to make all this money and I'm going to be a billionaire. No. They loved it so much. It was such a passion for them to do this. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard, right? The guy doesn't even have a college degree. But this was his passion. And because he was passionate about doing something, he became successful. And look at him now. What is he doing with all this money? He's giving it back through education foundations and so forth, right? And this is ideal job that I'd like all of you to see, to be happy, to be satisfied about your life so that you can make a big contribution to this country, this world, so that in the end, in your dying bed, we recall your life and says, you know what? I lived my life to the fullest. I could close my eyes and meet my Creator. I am content. Versus, man, what was I thinking in sophomore year? Playing around with that stupid social network thing. Texting people, emailing, calling up people. Had I not done that, I could have gotten better grades. Had I done that, I could have gotten to better college. Had I done that, I could have gone to better graduate school, med school, law school. Too late. Too late. Because how often you get ninth grade in your life? Once. And those of you who are sophomore, it's gone. It's gone. Whether you like those grades or not, it's gone, folks. How often you get sophomore in your life? Once. And guess what? Colleges really start looking at your sophomore and junior grades. Those of you who are juniors now, you only have one summer left. That's it. Game on. This is time to study. This is not the time to mess around with internet, games, phone, texting, shopping, hairdressing, anything like that. Do that during the summer. Do that after your senior year when you get accepted from top colleges, right? So I want you guys to take that home with you tonight. And recall all the things that I said today. Go somewhere nice and quiet. Really think. How did I live past 15, 14, 13 years of my life? Where do I want to go from this point on for the next 30, 40 years? And start identifying these goals. So we'll start with the lowest goal, what you like to accomplish at the high school. Take a look. After that, what would you like to accomplish at the end of your college, graduate school, and 30 years from now, when you're 40-something, 50-something, what accomplishment would you like to make to this world before you move on to next? All right? I want to thank you guys for your attention. We'll see you next time.